Picture the future of electric cars. Most imagine a Tesla or a Ford in the US, but the real revolution is happening in Africa, funded by China. China has quietly placed a $1 trillion bet on Africa, aiming to leapfrog the continent into the electric age. This isn't just about selling cars, it's about building an entire ecosystem from scratch. China is investing in African mines for cobalt and lithium, setting up local assembly plants and building off-grid charging stations. It's a full-stack takeover of transportation's future. While America focuses inward, China is playing the long game globally, with Africa as its main stage. $1 trillion signals China's intent. Africa is not a charity case, but the next economic powerhouse. In exchange for technology and capital, China gains access to resources, markets, and influence. The centerpiece: self-powered EVs, cars with solar panels and battery swapping designed for Africa's unreliable grid. These vehicles turn a lack of stable electricity into an advantage, letting Africa skip fossil fuels and centralized grids. It's a future built with Chinese technology, tailored for Africa's needs. China's strategy is to make Africa's challenges into opportunities, positioning itself as an indispensable partner. This isn't just smart business, it's a move to shape the next century of global power. The world's next leap in mobility may not come from Silicon Valley but from the streets of Lagos and Nairobi, and at the heart of it all, China's $1 trillion vision. The question is, who else is even playing this game? What does a $1 trillion investment look like? It's not a single check, it's a web of projects tying Africa's future to China. China secures cobalt from Congo, lithium from Zimbabwe, manganese from South Africa, often controlling the mines themselves. Infrastructure is next roads, 5G networks, and thousands of battery swapping stations, all built by Chinese firms. Imagine a gas station where a robot swaps your battery in 3 minutes. China is rolling this out across Africa. Chinese automakers like BYD are building assembly plants in Egypt, Ethiopia, and South Africa, creating jobs but also dependency. The cars may be assembled locally, but the core tech, batteries, motors, software remains Chinese. It's a closed loop: minerals mined in Africa, processed in China, returned as EVs, driven on Chinese-built roads, charged at Chinese stations. Money, data, and control flow in a circle, with China at the center. This strategy ties African mobility directly to China's economy, making the relationship hard to break. It's not just investment, it's a masterclass in building influence. China isn't just selling cars, it's embedding itself in Africa's future. The result? A continent moving on Chinese wheels, powered by Chinese tech, and a dependency that's only growing. African cities face gridlock, pollution, and unreliable electricity, problems that make traditional EVs seem impossible. China's answer? EVs designed for Africa's reality. Many models have solar panels, adding 20-30 kilometers of range daily, enough for most commutes powered by the sun. For many, plugging in becomes optional. The real breakthrough is battery swapping, stations powered by solar or the grid, charging dozens of batteries at once. Drivers swap a dead battery for a full one in minutes, faster than filling a gas tank. No need for home charging or a stable grid. This leapfrogs the need for massive energy infrastructure, offering clean transport now. Cities get less pollution and noise, people get reliable mobility. China isn't just selling a product, it's solving a problem, earning goodwill and influence. This approach changes the narrative. Africa can modernize without waiting for perfect infrastructure. China becomes a partner, not just a vendor. The result? Cleaner cities, empowered people, and a continent moving forward, all powered by a solution tailored for Africa and made in China. It's a win for both sides, but especially for China's global ambitions. The green future of Africa is being built, one battery swap at a time. Today's EVs are more than cars, they're rolling data centers. Every Chinese-built EV in Africa is packed with sensors, cameras, and internet connectivity, constantly collecting data. Where you drive, when you stop, how much energy you use, it's all tracked. This data flows back to Chinese servers, giving companies a real-time map of African cities and consumer habits. It's used to optimize networks, predict demand, and even target ads. But it's more than business. This data offers deep insight into daily life, social trends, and population movements. In a world where information is power, this is a strategic goldmine. The car becomes a tool for digital surveillance, all under the banner of green mobility. Control of this data means control of the digital economy. Once you're in the ecosystem, it's hard to leave. The real bet isn't just on cars, it's on owning Africa's digital future. Where is the US in all this? mostly on the sidelines, focused on big EVs for wealthy Americans and Europeans. The idea of affordable solar-powered EVs for Africa hasn't been on their radar. This isn't just a missed business opportunity, it's a strategic blunder, it's déjà vu. While America ignored Huawei, China built the world's 5G backbone. Now China is building Africa's EV infrastructure and the US is absent. American companies see risk and low margins. China sees long-term influence. China's state-backed strategy is about more than profit, it's about control. The US lacks coordinated, long-term planning to match this. The risk? China could soon dominate the entire EV supply chain from minerals to data. That would give Beijing enormous leverage over the global economy. America isn't just losing a car race, it's at risk of being locked out of the next industrial revolution. The world's fastest-growing markets may soon run on Chinese standards, and the US is barely in the game. Africa is China's testing ground, a blueprint for global expansion. Once perfected, this model will spread to Southeast Asia, Latin America, and beyond. Chinese companies will offer turnkey solutions, mines, factories, charging networks, and financing. For developing nations, it's an irresistible package. With little Western competition, China faces few obstacles. This is how a technological monopoly is built: start in one market, perfect the system, then scale globally. By the time others react, the standards and infrastructure are already Chinese. US firms will have to adapt or be shut out. This creates a parallel tech universe with China at its center. Chinese software, hardware, and data protocols become the global norm. The future of mobility could be built on proprietary systems controlled from Beijing. This isn't just business, it's the foundation of a new kind of global empire, and it's being built one continent at a time. The new global power struggle isn't about missiles, it's about who controls the cars, the data, and the systems we rely on. Electric vehicles are the new front in this Cold War. The country that controls the dominant EV platform controls minerals, data, and software standards. China's trillion-dollar bet in Africa is a calculated geopolitical move, building influence through technology, not military might. Every nation that adopts China's EV ecosystem moves deeper into Beijing's orbit. America is still focused on old battles while China quietly conquers the future of mobility. Falling behind here isn't just losing a trade war, it's ceding control of the 21st century economy. This is a battle for the operating system of our lives, and right now, America is in danger of losing. The stakes have never been higher. History shows whoever builds the system sets the rules. China isn't just selling cars, it's building the batteries, charging standards, software, and supply chains. If their tech becomes the global standard, everyone else must adapt. This gives China enormous power over licensing, data, and even political leverage. Imagine a future where a diplomatic dispute means China could cut off a nation's vehicle network. The US and its allies face a choice: compete globally or live by China's rules. That means investing in open standards and true partnerships with developing nations. The alternative? A world where mobility and power are dictated from Beijing. The system builder writes the future. The time to act is now. We're at a turning point. The race for electric mobility is the economic contest of our era. China is all in, aiming to own the entire system. If America falls behind, the consequences will last generations. Lost jobs, lost influence, lost freedom. The rules of the road, literal and digital, could soon be written in Beijing. But the story isn't over. America has the talent and resources to compete, but it must wake up to the challenge. This isn't just business, it's a geopolitical marathon. We need a new mission: open, fair, and global mobility. The race is on, and the final lap is near. The future of the road is the future of power.